Hello and welcome to Camino Run. I'm Steve, this is Sarah. Let's tell you a little bit about us, about this channel and why we're doing it. So we've been in Spain now, Andalusia, for approximately 10 years, haven't we?
Yep, yeah. We've lived in Granada province, just outside the city for, as Steve says, around 10 years now.
And we absolutely love the lifestyle. Before here, we were in Doha. We worked there probably for about 6 years, was a member of the local running club there. For me, Doha was where I got into running. You was into running prior to that, and was there for 6 years. We left Doha, and we had the options. We had the options to go back to the UK, where we're originally from, or to come here because we had a property here. So we plumped for trying Spain for 12 months to see how things went, and to be honest, we've never looked back, have we?
No, not at all. Whilst we were in Qatar, obviously we were members of the local running club, very unofficial, laid back type of thing, and basically there's a lot of ultra runners in Qatar. There was back then. Basically, if you wanted to do a race, you had to fly out of the country, so you may as well do a long race. And that's pretty much how we got into ultra running and found out about this area. After a Friday morning run, everyone would hang out, drink coffee, drink lots of water, chat, and we got talking to a couple of runners who had done a race called Al Andalus Ultra Trail in this area, and they were basically conning everyone else into signing up.
As runners do.
Yeah, and there was a number of us signed up for, it's a stage race over 230 kilometres, and yeah, we signed up for it and did it for a couple of years, didn't we?
We've done it for quite a few years, and that's essentially how we discovered this area, through that race, AAUT. For any runners who are interested in that race, we'll leave details down in the description. Please do check them out. Eric and Michelle organise it. They do a fantastic job. So that's how we discovered this area, and running back then was our passion. It still is, but back then it was our key passion. So when we moved to Spain, we started Ultra Trail Spain, running holiday company, and we met lots of nice friends.
Yeah. Basically, we've had runners come from all over the world to enjoy the trails and mountains in this area. And yeah, as Steve says, we've made lots of friends from every part of the world, and we've been very lucky that we still keep in contact with a lot of those, and find out what races and what runs they've been up to.
So as we get older, things evolve, and essentially that's why we're going to be doing Camino Run. We know this area extremely well, but we want to explore further. We want to see new trails, meet new people, have new adventures, but we want to take you guys along for the journey with us.
Yeah, very much so. I know most of the trails within a 50-kilometre radius of where we are now very well, and I'd like to explore a bit further afield. I've been lucky enough to do quite a lot of the ultra races within Andalusia in different provinces, but I think we'd like something that's a bit more sustained, a bit steadier. I've got a bit of a dodgy knee, so that slowed me down quite a lot, and we'd just like to go exploring rather than competing.
Absolutely. So there's absolutely hundreds of hidden trails around Spain, ready to discover and ready to share, isn't there?
Yeah, very much so. Everyone knows about the Camino Frances of northern Spain, the famous way, but there's hundreds more, lesser known, like GR routes, local caminos, local cattle trails essentially, that are now enshrined in law, and those are the ones we really want to share with you, take you some of those lesser known places.
Yeah, and we'll be backpacking them, so we're going to have 25 litre backpacks, essentially fast packing, and where possible we'll try to run, but for the large part we will be hiking. I know it's called Camino Run, and the complete disclaimer, so yes, we will be doing Caminos, but there's going to be an awful lot of hidden trails that we're going to be exploring, like Sarah says, the GR routes, etc. And the packs, we'll be fast packing, so they're going to weigh us down quite a bit. which means we will do a little bit of running, like I say, but mainly hiking.
Yeah, I think the slower pace will allow us to obviously explore more,
Absolutely.
find out more. And essentially fast packing is you're carrying the minimal amount of kit you need sort of to survive a couple of days. We will be staying in accommodation, disclaimer here, so we don't need to so we won't need to carry like sleeping bags and towels and things that add extra weight, just to keep the pack weight a little bit lighter.
Absolutely. And from myself, so rewind a little bit back to COVID. What was that, 2020?
Yeah, 2020, 2021.
Yeah, so when that kicked in, my fitness went down the Swanee, basically. You kept your fitness going. I kind of let mine go. Lockdown in Spain was quite harsh. No excuses, but I let my fitness go. So this is going to be positive for us, or positive for me. This is opportunity to get hopefully raise my fitness level, but at the same time doing something we enjoy and something we're passionate about.
Yeah, very much so. And for me, it'll be obviously trying to rehab my knee so that I can get going again. But yeah, it is what it is. We'll enjoy it, whatever. And we're just looking forward to exploring some new places and finding some new sites.
Yeah, you were saying the other day, mate, with your knee, we're still trying to identify what the issue is with your knee, aren't we? Because when you walk and hike, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah, when I jump, bound, absolutely fine, lift weights, no problem. Just when I run,
so if
only time.
So if anyone out there knows what Sarah's injury is, because for years now you've been trying to fix this injury, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been ongoing for a couple of years. I should just go and get a scan, but I don't really want a scan because obviously I'm an ultra runner. There is probably going to be something to see there, but it might not be what's actually causing the pain.
So just quickly summarise your injury again.
So I've got a pain. It's probably meniscus, realistically. Sort of in the front outside of my knee, but it did start on the inside of my knee. It's just generally the knee. And
it really, you're doing lots of exercises which has been given to you at the moment to help, and really it only hurts when you run.
Yeah, only hurts when I run. Jumping, hiking, no problem.
So if you know what it is, please comment below.
Yeah, definitely.
So when we're on the trails, we're going to be looking at the scenery, hopefully meeting local people, having a good chat with the locals, visiting local bars, sampling food. Like Sarah mentioned, we're going to be we're going to be stopping at accommodation. So where possible, we will share that information with you along route. Okay, so you know we're in Andalusia, Spain by now. Behind us, you probably can see the castle. That's Moclean Castle, and just beneath it is the town of Moclean. A lot of history for Moclean and the city of Granada, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. So this is where we're going to start our journey from. The Camino Run, which starts right down in Almeria and has several spurs and goes all the way up to Compostela, comes through here. And our main thinking behind that is really the stage sort of from Granada to here isn't so exciting. So it's quite a good place to start. But also Moclean is known as the Escudo de Granada. Yeah. The castle is a ruin, and that's because it was the final line of defence when the Catholic conquest was trying to defeat the Nasrid Empire when they were based in the Alhambra Palace. So that's basically why the UNESCO World Heritage Site exists and is still in its entirety, because that castle was ruined. The siege there lasted 6 years, and basically it was an impenetrable fortress.
Which protected Granada.
Yeah, very much so, which protected the Alhambra. Obviously, Alhambra complex was built over many hundreds of years, and the name actually comes from the iron oxide red stone that the original fort was built, and in Arabic it means sort of red fort.
Yeah. And if you do visit Granada, please do check out the Alhambra. You need to buy your tickets well in advance. You book them online. to get into the actual palace itself.
Yeah, to see the Nasrid Palace, the tickets sell out very quickly. So yeah, definitely 2 or 3 months in advance at the minimum. You can pay generally closer, book a ticket just to the General Life complex, and there's actually quite a lot to see in the garden.
And there's actually buildings within the garden you can go in.
People don't tend to realise are there, and if you want to get away from the crowds but still enjoy the views, and of course you can see Maclean from the Alhambra, it's a great place just to visit and see the gardens.
Absolutely, yeah. So our first journey, as we mentioned, this is Maclean. We're going to be starting right here, and we're going to be travelling up to the city of Jaén. It's over 4 stages of hiking, a little bit of running, and that's going to be spread across 4 episodes. And then we will, at the end of it, we will have a rest day in Jaén to explore the city itself, won't we?
Yeah, very much so. So as Steve said, we're going to be starting here at the first stage and heading to Alcalá Real, which also has a castle like Maclean. The Nasrids, the Moors, built the castles in rings moving away from the Alhambra. So yeah, we'll hopefully pull into the castle in Alcalá Real. Then we head on to Alcaldete, which also has a castle. See a theme here. But then we're actually going to take one of the spurs of the Mazara, but go the wrong way towards Jaén. And the next stage is actually a little bit longer than the usual advertised route, because we're going to head all the way to Torre del Campo and then have a short final day to head into Jaén, where Steve said we'll have a rest day afterwards to be able to sort of visit the cathedral. And obviously there's also an air raid shelter, which I'm quite excited about seeing in Jaén, because you don't associate Spain with air raid shelters.
I was just about to ask you, which bits are you looking forward to? You look at So this air raid shelter, is that from the Civil War?
Yes, so that's why it's sort of quite unique that there was an air raid shelter. There are a few more in Andalusia, but the one in Jaén is supposed to be very well preserved. And there's also some Arab baths. They're not in use anymore, some hammam baths that to look at the actual site of how they were built, and they brought the water in and things. I think that's quite interesting.
Any bits you're nervous about?
For me, I think obviously the terrain should be okay. I think we've got net downhill, which is always good. But I think probably I'm a little bit nervous about the weather. Like if it's wet day after wet day in the rain.
I thought you was going to say you're nervous about keeping me moving. But I think the longer day, is it stage 3? Yeah. So that's about 33 kilometres. It's not a problem. We've run that sort of distance. You've more than run that sort of distance, although we're going to be having much heavier packs on. But it should be absolutely fine. And we pass through Martos, thank you. Halfway along that point, which we can stop for food, grab some food en route on that day. So that won't be a problem, will it?
Hopefully not, yeah. Obviously Spain, as part of Spain, has experienced quite a lot of flooding over the first month, January of 2026, and the trails were quite badly damaged, so I think we might come across sort of fords and water crossings, and there might still be quite a bit of mud to get through, but we'll take it as it comes. Nice surprise for our first episode next week. We'll be joined by a very, very good friend travelling down from the Netherlands, Ineke. We've known Ineke for years. We actually know her from Doha. Yes, yeah. Yeah. She's quite unique because she won't fly. There's a story behind that, which hopefully we can tell you on the first episode. And yeah, Ineke likes to take trains and buses. I guess it adds to the adventure. Yeah. I think this will be probably her first sort of journey on foot. So obviously she's taking the train and then coaches down to Granada, and then she's going on foot to Jaén, and then we'll get the bus back to Granada from Jaén. Yeah, so please do subscribe, please do like, and we're going to have some social media which you can check out down in the description. So join us next week when the journey starts. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. I've got to get packing now.
Absolutely. See you next week.
Bye. This door off to put a new one up. Like, you must have got over a ton of door.